guys, it's Sonia. Let's try this again. Third time's a charm, right? So tried to go live on Facebook twice tonight. Does not want to cooperate. So in the meantime, while Facebook has a chance to work out whatever gremlins and issues it has, I have moved on with the show. So if you caught the very last live when I was on here that I titled Milk Paint, Milk Paint, Milk Paint, you can see that since I was on here, that I have mixed up 20 colors of our milk paint. We have 45 colors for all you time-worn lovers out there. And of course, the difference is the 25 colors that we have in our chalky style, which is Mr. Pickles. He's on the front. He stays put, does what he's told, sticks where he needs to, and sticks, you know, everything to like glass, metal, wood, fake wood, you name it, right? Whereas Miss Petunia, she is the girl monkey. She's doing a handstand right there, and she's got the tutu on, the rosette in her hair, and she's like, yeah, she's like doing a handstand, right? She can't keep still, and she does spontaneous things. So she is like the little kid that just will not stay still. So you never know what she's going to do. So for those of you who are shabby lovers, but are also not OCD. If you're OCD, this is not the paint. You're going to want to go with Mr. Pickles, okay? He does what he's told, and that way if you're looking for a definite finish, go with him. But if you love that look that sometimes, I call it like, have you ever seen those old windows where like they're lead paint, right? And they all peel and they chip and they have all that funkiness just from being weathered over time. And maybe you want to get that look because we call that a yummy chippy look, but you want to do it safely, then this is where the milk paint comes in, right? So look how fun this is. Do you see? Can you see here? I've basically slapped on my samples here just really, really quick, but you can probably see that there's a lot of fun that's going down. And if you really want, actually, let me see if I can turn my light down. You might be able to see a little bit better. I was going to say, if you go back to the video, this is what happens. Look how dark it is without that light. Woo, it's a dark evening here in Pennsylvania. Can you see the chippiness that's happening, though, like right there? Can you see that? So that's what she does, okay? That sort of stuff, chipping and cracking. And if you look at the picture that I put on here, right before I came on live, it'll give you an up-close view. Go take a look at that. You will either love it or not. But most people who love shabby love that chippy style look, right? So it's fun to play with when you want to experiment and do all kinds of fun signs with. It's just a different look. There's a different reason for using the chippy style paint, our milkshake paint, versus the chalky style paint, right? So now we get to have some fun. And so who's tried the milk paint on here before? I'm curious. I am curious. All right, so now what I want to do, this is my sample board for those of you who, let me clean some of this mess up. Holy moly. Like seriously. This is like, do you see all my mess over here? This is like what's been going down over here, okay? So yeah, 25 bags of milk paint, sorry, 20 bags of milk paint out. Although I might have had 25 because we do have a lot of different colors. Let me stick all those down there. Get these out of our way, close them up. By the way, milk paint, our milk paint will last indefinitely. Just make sure you don't get it like, you know, wet. That's why there's a seal on your little bag that you have. Like this is a mini example of the bag that you guys have. And so you can click it and seal it right there, right? Just to keep it nice and good to go. All right, so I slapped on my paint. I'm getting ready to go tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. I'm still here at work, and I'm trying to get this sample board done because the big one I have is too big to take with me, and we're sponsoring the Crafters Convention over in Missouri, over in St. Louis, Missouri. Never been over there, by the way. Anybody on here from there? I'm excited to go to a whole new land, seriously, tomorrow. And Matt's probably home getting ready to wind down and go to bed, and me, I'm over here like, you know, still working like a crazy woman and getting all my stuff in place, right? So stay over there somewhere. Getting all my stuff in place and for tomorrow. Let me just move this. And that way, I'll have more space here. Boom. All right. So maybe I'll put it this way now. You guys can see more of it. So anyway, I've got to bring the sample board with me, and so I put the colors on. Remember I told you that this was just a sample plank. So a lot of times when I'm practicing like finishes or getting an idea of combining maybe a glaze and a paint together and what it will look like, when we were first designing our milk paint, this is actually how long this board has been kicking around. I was experimenting back here, and so there's all kinds of stuff on here. Sometimes there might be parts that has sealers. This has texture. I was teaching the girls in my coaching club how to do like a woven fabric technique with paint. So there's all kinds of stuff on here. And but that's okay, because I just at the end of the day need a piece of scrap wood that I can make use of. And so because it has all different randomness of what's on here, parts of it sealed, parts of it not sealed, parts of it smooth, parts of it you know, sanded down, parts of it just more rough. That's why I've got a varying amount of effects on here, okay? So, because with the chippy paint, the more shinier your surface or glossier your surface, the more you're going to get more of this action, this chippy action going on, okay? Because the paint really can't get a good hold, and therefore parts of it flake off and parts of it stay on, okay? And so if at any given time you really need your milk paint to stick, then if you really, really need your milk paint to stick, just go ahead and grab the chalky style paint. Then you don't have to worry about this. But if you're absolutely positive that you want to use the milk paint, just go ahead and grab some of our extra bond, put in with it, and then it's like, you know, if you give Petunia the chippy hippie that we have, it is like giving her sugar, okay? But if you give her some extra bond, it's like a blankie and a, you know, a blankie in a bottle, and telling her like just to settle down a little bit, right? That's the difference of how you make the milk paint work. So I'm just gonna go grab a sand block here. Oh yeah. So all that chippiness now, can you imagine? Because in this section here, and remember, because this was a sample, just a random sample salvage board that I've had kicking around my shop, you're gonna see colors come through, and that is because it's not a brownie frowny piece of furniture underneath there. At one time, I actually had, you know, probably our white chalky style paint on here. So, oh yeah, so there's some blue coming through and green. I think that's so cool right there. You know what? I love this black soot up next to the mustard pickles. Anybody else love that primitive look? Oh yeah, like seriously. Be still my heart and take me home for supper. Look at that. Oh yeah, right there. Oh yeah. All right, let's go through our moss. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm in love with this already. Here's our moss. Let's do our bake apple. Do you see this? Oh. This is our Irish eyes. Look how nice that is right there. I think this was the color I just used for that touch that I did. Who saw that one? Irish eyes are smiling at me. All right, this is our ocean blue right here. This is our more vivid blue. All right. This is our thick cream. This is a little bit of blue that I'm sanding through, but that's okay. If you could see it up close, you'd see that this is definitely cream. In fact, there's white paint underneath it, so it really shows it, right? This is sea glass. By the way, now that I've been home, you might actually be able to really understand why it is that I named the milk paints the way we name them, right? Think of it, ocean blue, thick cream. We all lived on thick cream growing up home. Sea glass, wild salmon, storm blue, this is iceberg white. We never saw any icebergs when we were up there this year. They'd already gone past. We'll have to take you up home so you can see the glacier sometime. All right, and these are our two browns. We have our Lassie Brown, which is short for Lassie buns, molasses buns that Mom would always cook. Just stretch that back through. Pretty cool, right? This is our Fir Tree Green, which is a popular tree back home on the Hardy Island of Newfoundland. All right, this is our Moose Brown. Guess why I called it Moose Brown? Never saw a deer until I moved to Pennsylvania. Saw many moose. All right, and this one right here is, let me see here. No, that is our yellow dory up there, and this is our mustard pickles down here. It's a little bit more of a yellowy orange. All right. This was our tea biscuit. Tea biscuit and tea, man. Have your biscuit and tea. So good. I loved raisins in the tea biscuits. True story. And the last one is called Whale of a Tale. All right, guys. I didn't worry about the sides because I don't want it to be rustic. All right. What do you think is going to happen when I put on my monkey shine? Anybody know? Anybody know? And are you prepared for what's about to happen? I mean, are you really prepared? Because you know it's going to get good. So after I go ahead and I do some sanding, then I want to do a little bit of dusting. So I'm looking for any brush that's around me right now, just so I can get rid of some of that dust. It helps keep it out of my wax brush. Yeah. All right. There we go. So take a look at it right now before I even. Can you guys see that? Oh, yeah. Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts if you love it. Pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some Monkey Shine, which is our all-natural beeswax oil finish. And it's on our website as well. One of these goes a very, very long way, okay? So this would be like one of the options. You could use this, or you could use our banana peel as well. So I always say banana peel if you have something that's high traffic, and then something like that's easy to work with, like our Monkey Shine, is gonna be for pretty much everything else that's not high traffic, right? So easy. Yay! All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my brush and get it in here and slather it up a little bit. And I just kind of like put the milk paint word across the top, just to kind of like as my header. You guys see that? All right. How about I tip it up like that? Is that better for you guys? Look at all that. All right. Let's watch those colors come to life. I'm gonna skip that light color and probably just try to clean my brush a little bit before I go over the white. Or the lights, I should say. That's a very light gray. That one's called our foggy gray. And it's just a really, really light hash white. Slight gray pigment into it. Ooh, Bake Apple. You guys have been loving the color like Bake Apple this season. It's been flying off the shelves. It's a good fall color. I think the other name for Bake Apple is Cloudberry. Oh, I told you I wasn't going to go over that till I did my brush, but it's okay. I just don't want to carry any of the dusty dark pigment onto my lighter colors. I can kind of like just do a quick paper towel with my brush to clean it up a little bit. Ooh, I like that. What do you guys think of those colors? Poppin'! We be poppin'. You know, I'm really thinking as I'm using this milk paint, I think we should do a whole week of furniture next week when I get back of nothing but milk paint and dedicate another week. Do you guys remember when I did 20 days of live straight of everything like painted with milk paint? If you go on YouTube, you'll find those. And for anybody who missed them, they were such good projects. I mean, 20 days of projects using milk paint and showing you how it reacts and giving you all my best tips for it. But I'm thinking next week, maybe another 7-day furniture paint challenge. Oh, yeah. What do you guys think? And then white is just my, the end. Because I didn't need any more colors on there. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab some paper towels. Hey, Ann. Yes, I'm back. Facebook had other ideas, but that's okay. Can't keep a good girl down, right? That's all right. So I'm just going to go ahead, because remember how I dusted this? Right now, you can actually see in my paper towel, this is just some of the pigment, like some of the dust pigment that got up in there because I went over all those dark colors. But I've got light colors mixed in here as well. So before I go over them, I'm just going to use a paper towel, and I'm basically going to squeeze like any of the wax out and then just do a nice little brush until I see it come nice and clear. And then I know I'm good to go. So I like to wash my brushes in my lye soap. They're on our website. Does a really nice job of conditioning your brushes. I keep using my wax brushes over and over again. They're awesome quality, so I love them, and they like a tool that once you buy it, you have and you keep, right? So what I do is typically is what you just saw me do is I would just basically rinse it over the soap in the sink, and then with warm water, and then take a paper towel and do the very same thing that I'm doing right here. So I like to do that like before I go home at the end of the day, right? But right now I'm just doing a paper towel, and that way when I put the wax on over here, it's not going to like really mute my colors, right? Oh my gosh, I see so much cracking over there. Oh, it's so awesome. So awesome. All right, so there we go. Let's just do that. And now what we have to do is we have to buff the wax. You know Karate Kid wax on? Yeah, buff off. There you go. So I've got a nice new cloth to start with tonight. And I'm going to be smart and go, okay, I'm going to do my lighter colors first. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, I don't want to like mute those colors. I want them to be as vibrant as possible because this is a sample board. All right, so there we go. Now everything else is game. All right, so let's go ahead and do the rest. Just make sure that you buff in circles as much as possible. And then, you see that? It's picked up pigment. So now what I'm going to do is turn it over to a nice clean area. And when I do my milk paint, and I'm not using Bond to help it stick down, I'm just letting it random do whatever the heck it wants to do. And you can't tell it what to do, okay? So that's why I say, if you have OCD, not the paint for you, because it's going to depend on the surface. And, you know, just mix it half and half. Go over, see what it does, have fun with it, and just do one side of your piece if you want to see how it's going to react. And if you feel like you need some Bond into it, go ahead and then at that point put your Bond into it before you finish the rest of the piece. But like I said, pretty much in a nutshell, Chippy Hippie gives it sugar. It's like giving Petunia sugar, and she goes even more crazy. And extra Bond is like the blankie. Does Matt call it the whoopee? Give her the whoopee and have her sit down. Ooh, I love that. And they're so pretty. And so remember, I've got an array of different colors underneath here because this in itself was a sample board before it became my milk paint sample board. So where you see the chippiness and stuff like that is you're going to see all kinds of colors come through, which really make this really nice and interesting. It was a lot of work to do this tonight, but because my normal display in my shop was too big and I couldn't bring it, I decided to do this, and I'm kind of glad I did. I'm a girl who says, you know, always learn, never lose, and anything that you do, there's always something good that comes out of it. So yes, I'm here late working on this, but when I do come back from the convention, I got a cool sample board as well, another one to add to my collection downstairs from my shop, right? So look at that, guys. Look at that. That was the white underneath it. So what happened was you saw that dry, the chippiness wherever it wanted to go for happened. And if you go back and look at the last picture that I posted here on my Facebook wall, it looks like volcanoes of like, just like it peels, right? And then when you do your distressing with your block, this is when any pieces that want to fall off give way, okay? So it's important that after you go ahead and you apply your milk paint, take your sand block and let anything off that wants to fall off, because you're not going to want to try to seal something that is peeling and it wants to fall off, right? It's going to fall off. So go ahead, sand it off. Now, like, none of this stuff is going to come off, right? Like, it's whatever wanted to give is already on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And so now, just so beautiful. Whereas down here, I saw less chipping, but I saw lots of cracking and stuff happen, which I thought was really, really cool. So, you know, like right here, there's more crackling and stuff. So, Miss Petunia is going to do what Miss Petunia wants to do. So when I came on live earlier, I told you guys we're going to do some banana bucks. And I'm going to take a look for anybody who shared this video. I'm going to pick one name and honor those banana bucks. And yeah, let's honor those banana bucks. Christine, you love the milk paint? It's so fun. It's so fun. Clara, yes, one more day. I should go home, I guess, right? And get prepared. I got to wash clothes tonight.
Oh man, I got a lot to do, but that's okay. I can't leave because I got so much good stuff. I mean, I can't even like get away from painting, right? Hey Teresa, hey Jen. Yes, they look good, right? So these are the 20 of the milk pink colors, but what's really cool too is like if I take red and I take a light color and mix it together, then I got a pink. So you can totally do whatever you want, right? You can totally do that. All right. Let me pick a winner chicken dinner. Let's see here. Yay, thank you for sharing. Those are nice colors, huh? Thanks. Terrell loves it. All right, give me a moment. Give me a moment. All right, my winner tonight is Lisa Lee Hoboke. Did I say your last name right, Lisa? Hoboke or Hoboke? If Matt was here, he would tell me either way it is. I always mess up last names. But I love you regardless, and hopefully you'll answer to one of those names. Lisahobock. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Paul says he loves watching me on my channel here. That's awesome. Thank you for lots of love, and come back for some inspiration. So yeah, Lisa, just make sure you email me at jugmonkeypaint@gmail.com before midnight tonight Eastern Standard Time, and I am going to send you back a code probably tomorrow with $20 to spend online that you can use a code. Okay, so awesome. Thanks guys for hanging out with me this evening. I am gonna go get the rest of my stuff and get my butt going. Haley, actually that was a different Lisa. Yeah, Lisa Hobock. There you go. Awesome. So, but yeah, very nice of you guys saying congratulations to her. That's so awesome. Good community. All right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Hopefully you get some ideas. All right, get some ideas. Just play with it. It's just paint therapy. Bye guys. See ya.